What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time, we took on all those super bosses, and this time, we're now back on the main menu after only 17 episodes this time, and instead of course, loading into the game and doing something else, because, well, we've done everything, it's time that we learn about what happened 1 year later. It's now time for Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected. Of course, this is a free, quote-unquote, DLC to the game, so if you have a copy of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, this comes with it automatically. There's no extra paid version of just this version of the game. In order to play this, you have to also purchase Xenoblade Chronicles, and it does come with the game, but even if it was extra DLC, I would have bought it, and I'd be playing it for you right now, just like I am here today. So there's nothing else to show here on the main menu other than there's a nice, pretty other little menu screen here. But other than that, that's everything I need to get off my chest. Other than, of course, if you're watching this episode and you don't know the ending of Xenoblade Chronicles and you don't want spoilers, don't continue watching. Instead, go back and either play the game for yourself, which I highly recommend, or just watch my Let's Play from the beginning to learn the entire story before you start watching this episode, because why would you start here? Because right off the bat, we're going to get some major spoilers for the end of the game. Though, granted, if you're watching along with me, none of this is new to you. So, without further ado, let's get started.
That symbol. Today, we use our power to fell a god, and then seize our destiny! All that I am is fading. The memory of a god's existence, born from the chaos of creation. It is vanishing.
What were you looking at? The sea?
I wasn't looking at anything in particular. If anything, Fiora, I was thinking. Thinking about the future that awaits us all.
There it is.
Melia, we're in sight of Alchemar.
All right, I'm on my way.
Welcome to the Bionis Shoulder.
Phew. Guess we're still in one piece.
Quite. What in the world was that?
It happened so quickly that I didn't get a good look myself. I saw some flickering around the capital. Then suddenly, a black beam.
A black beam? Some new defensive measure, perhaps. The junks. Can it fly?
Some components sustained heavy damage. It won't budge until we can swap them out.
Right.
It's fine. They're not particularly rare parts. They'll have them in Alchemoth.
You make it sound very simple. Remember, we are still very much in the dark here.
Good thing I came prepared. We'll probably be needing this.
Sister Bomb, watch out on right! I take care of it. Kino handle left side. Gotcha!
Those voices.
Are those? It's Kino and Nene. What are they doing here?
Shulk, we must help them.
Of course.
Alright, we're off to a strong start, but this is a new adventure begins. Some elements of this adventure are very different from the adventure we've had so far. And so most of the major points are going to be introduced here. I'll kind of run through them as the game does. So the party gauge. As you progress through the adventure, instead of chain attacks, you'll unlock a new system for performing all-out attacks. You're still required to use a segment of the gauge to revive fallen allies, so that part doesn't change. But we no longer have chain attacks, so it's going to be replaced by something else, and we'll see what that is a bit later. Visions, of course, Shulk, no longer having Zanza's powers or being a god himself, as he turned that down at the end of our adventure. He no longer has the power to see into the future. Of course, Alvis, who gave him that power, is nowhere to be found. So this calls for more caution than before when it comes to enemies' powerful attacks. So we have to be a little bit more careful, so no visions at all. And some allies will battle in ways not present before. And the skill tree system has been completely removed. So and there's other changes, and I'll be bringing those up as we continue along. So I'll kind of talk about it as we come on. So this is junk. So obviously it's a landmark. First thing I want to do is pull up our party menu and actually go straight into art. So pretty much our entire party has most of their arts, and they're already level 5. But I want to switch these around because I don't like the way that these are organized. I want to switch it up a little bit. So let me see what we can do. I like Summon Flare. Summon Copy is good, but I like it over here. Regeneration. I like Summon Bolt. Strength Up is not really something that I use too much. I usually use these. Summon Earth, Aqua, and Bolt. I almost never use Summon Wind as Agility Up. Summon Ice. Ether damage down. Nothing crazy. Reflection. I almost always have Reflection. Healing Gift. Sacrifices HP. I don't like that Familia. I'm going to try to basically use what she had in our own playthrough. Of course, I want Mind Blast. In fact, actually, I want this here, and then I want to get Amelia's Spear Break, Starlight Kick combo. And of course, we still want Mind Blast because Art Seal is still perfectly fine. Shulk. I just don't like the way this is set up. I'd rather do this. Light Heal over here. I almost never use Battle Soul. But I forget Shulk only ever learns these mini arts, so it's just a matter of organizing them. And this is typically what I go for, I think. And of course, no. Shulk still has his Monado arts, all except for... what is it? I can't think of the name of it. It's the one that we used... for the Mechon. Obviously Mechon aren't around anymore, so we don't have to worry about them. So they're all still here, and even the ones that, for example, Eater and Armor, I believe, or Cyclone, some of these we got through side quests in the main story. Even if you didn't get them in the main story, you still get them here. So pretty neat. So if you didn't go for 100% like I did, you'll still get access to some of these to use here. I know, of course, I'm kind of wasting a lot of time. Bana's Shoulder is the only area that we have. Suspended in the air by hovering stones after the Bana's fall, the giant's birthplace still houses many ruins. Pretty big map to fill out. I can show you like just how big, like we can move around here. So very large map to fill out here. And the Bana's Shoulder, I want to talk about it as we kind of move along, and I guess we'll fight as Melia for the first fight, because obviously you can see that is coming up. Gear, I don't want to change. You can actually give Melia any of the rods that she already had in the main story, but I want to keep what she has. And it's the anemone style is what she's wearing now, and you can actually have her wear this in the base game, so, or at least now we can. During our Let's Play, I couldn't have her wear any of this during the main story, but as soon as we just start a file on Future Connected, I don't know why I forgot the name, this armor for both Shulk and Melia unlocks completely. So for Shulk, keep his head bare. He does have Monado style, which is a hood that he can put up. I don't personally like it, so I'd like to keep it down. For Shulk and pretty much our entire party, I'll do what I did in the main story and just keep on their main outfit. We could see a lot of the new armor pieces, but I kind of prefer just to look at it like this. Monado Replica EX, we have no gems, of course. Lock on resist. Shulk does have one random gem for noise suppressor, apparently. This is what everybody starts with. Nothing crazy. Nothing too spectacular, and we'll of course be getting gems later on, and that's changed a bit too, but no need to worry. We need to jump down here and continue to run towards Kino and Nene, who we don't know, but it appears Shulk and Melia does, so I'm sure we'll learn who they are in just a moment. Now there's one other thing that I wanted to mention, and to be quite frank, I don't exactly remember what it was. Collectibles, I'm trying to think, was it something about junks perhaps? I'm not sure. If I remember, I'll bring it up, but for right now, let's just go and save these two.
Who next in line to get face full of mild down? Anyone so much as breathe this way, rifle of Kino go blah blah blah.
Kino, Nene, are you hurt?
Let us help too.
Miss Melia, Mr. Shulk. Help very welcome. More is always merrier.
Oh, geez, I'm not paying attention. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Anyway, we can get ready to fight. I don't know how long I was sitting there. Geez. Let's move around the party a little bit, because I don't want to fight with Kino. I'd rather fight with Nene. We'll find out who they are in just a moment. I am going to pull up arts just for a second, because we can go ahead and move these around while we have a chance. If all of these look very familiar to you, as well as the taunt icon, yeah, Nene is basically just Rhine 2.0. I mean, literally Lariat and Sword Drive, like, for example, like, so we can kind of move these around, and I'll probably spend a little bit of time doing that. Let's see, I want Hammer Beat, maybe, Chive Sabat instead of Drive Sabat. We use that. Sword Drive, I like. Lariat. I almost never used Mild Down, but I would like some Break and Topple, since we don't have it with some other folks. I want to use this Aura. Refills the talent gauge, lowers physical damage. No, I want to use Engage, probably. And do we want that many attacks? Because Berserk, prioritize attack will be good in certain situations. Available when Aura is active. Attack reduces enemy strength. Only active with Aura active. So if we have an Aura active, like Engage, it'll reduce the enemy strength. I want to keep the Days art. Let's get rid of Hammer Beat. How about it? I think that's all I want. Ooh, Guard Shift, though. Oh, man, it's so hard. because we really don't have another defensive character, I kind of have to move away from what I had Ryan with in the earlier parts of our adventure last time. So, needs to be very much a defensive character. We already have the aggro drawing aspects there, so I may switch that up and do something like this. Actually, let's do this, because I like the attacks closer to the aura. And then of course is it Kino? Yeah, Kino. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. Kino is just Charla 2.0, so pretty much our only healing character. We're gonna keep a lot of his debuff immunities good. Curie, Pure Round, debuff immunity, shield, heal counter, restores HP when attacked is gonna be good. Absorb some damage, flying combo. Inflicting break is gonna be good. Reducing aggro. Critical against flying enemies. Some target restores HP to the entire party, large amount of HP. Restores some HP. Debuff immunity to the party. Not so much worried about that. Tension, aura bullet. I don't think I need anything else. Reduces the cooldown of all arts. That might be good. And then Noggin Shot is, of course, the instant kill attack. Again, having a limited party, unlike what we did in the base game, kind of have to change up your strategy a little bit. So the strategies I had for Charla and Ryan don't necessarily work as well. So we have to be a little bit more careful. But anyway, enough of me yapping. Let's actually take care of these enemies. And we have some new music for fighting. And I'm going to let that play out when we fight. So take a listen.
Sis, we did it! Job is good one, Kino.
That was amazing, you two. It was like seeing Ryan and Charla fighting together again.
Just so. Fitting. For children of here upon Ricky's household. No injuries, Kino?
Nene, very, very sorry. Kino, not so good with strangers.
Oh, really? Most interesting.
Please do not take personally.
If we stay here, there is a risk of another attack. We should move to a safer location.
Very well. Is this acceptable?
Plenty acceptable.
Right. Let's go. This place looks promising. We can take a break here.
So tell us, what were you two doing out there? Rather, how did you even get here at all?
About that.
Melia, I think these two must have come on the junks.
What? Are you quite sure, Shulk?
When you consider their relative positions, I think it's quite credible.
The capital, on the Bionis shoulder.
So,
Ah. So that is where the Junks comes in, then. I appreciate it. But even though we won peace with Zanz's defeat, the rebuilding continues. Much remains to be done.
I realize that. And I also know that you've been putting in every effort.
So why then?
If the capital is on the shoulder, there are people there. I thought you'd want to go.
Shulk. That's...
We could be there and back in less than half a day.
Mama? Me. Kino, maybe better to explain. Mama, we're just on a little strolly stroll when we suddenly hear voices. Now, Kino. Nene watch Kino with eyes of Rogel. Kino, follow Mr. Shulk from behind and do some sneak peekings. Mama, Sister Pon followed Kino and sneak peek on too. Meh.
So you stowed away like I thought. But what for?
Ooh. Kino always look up to Dedapon. Want to become mighty Heropon too.
I'm certain Ricky would be most proud. But how did that lead to you boarding our vessel?
He see opportunity to help people who in trouble. That way can become friends with people everywhere. Mighty Heropon make friends with every toe step. Or so Dedapon say, at least.
I see. That does explain things.
Many sorries. It's not fault of Sister Pon. Please not scold Nene. Fault is of Kino only. Kino. Sincere sorries. Kino wanted to repay debt. Dedapon and Momapon take Kino in when Kino all alone.
You were alone?
Is truth. One day, out of blue, Dedapon bring Kino home. Said, here is Brother Pon. That day, nobody make comment. Everyone except Kino. Kino, what happy they could say. That why. That way want to become Heropon and repay debt to family. Kino really sorry.
Kino, you do your family honor. Yours is a most noble sentiment. I am utterly certain that Ricky and Oka are proud of you too.
Actually, Melia and I are in a bit of trouble right now. We could use the help.
For really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, if Kino must. You really twist wing, but fine. We'll allow to be sidekicks of Kino. Kino? Wrong word. Supposed to say friends.
So, we'll be heading for the capital to find parts for the junks.
Yes, about that. It's a bit of a hike, but could we check out that cape?
Explain.
I'm a bit concerned. What you said about defensive measures.
You fear we may come under fire again. Is that it?
Yeah.
It is true. Caution frequently pays off in the long run. The Cape it is.
Great. It's settled.
Legend of Hero Volcano! It all started here! Mahey!
All right, well, the event theater. Okay, whatever. Who really cares? But we now have a full party of 4, and we're ready to head off for that cape. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Actually, I know this video is already pretty long as it is, but I can't leave you guys just with that for the first. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not going to. That'd just be too mean. But we have a new height here, and be very careful, the Magna Ansel there. In fact, probably should have just run down to the beaten road there. And in fact, I am going to do that because there's a landmark that I do actually want to pick up down here that we will miss if we don't go back and grab it. A couple things I just want to mention, though. If you hear the voice actors, obviously, for Shulk and Melia, they sound different. Yeah, and if you're a crossroads, so we have a landmark that we can now skip travel to at any point. Skip traveling, of course, is back still. It is the same voice actors, though, for Melia and Shulk. They are still exactly the same. There's nothing changed about them. A couple of enemies and things here that we could take care of if we wanted to. Personally, if they're not bothering me, I'm probably not going to bother them, at least for now, especially because this video has gone on long enough. We do have unique monsters back. This is Phlegmatic Jameer. Phlegmatic Jameer, I think, because the PH makes an F sound. Anyway, you're probably wondering why in the world we even have unique monsters here anyway, especially since the skill trees are gone. There's no more skill points. That will be told to us a little bit later. So we I don't exactly have an answer for you, or at least I'm not going to spoil the answer for you. The game will tell us in due time what those will be used for. But for right now, I simply want to head over to this area, and if you look up there, it seems like there are some people living here. Now, of course, if we walk right up to this, this is Companion's Cape, and this is a water ether deposit, but we can't mine these quite yet, so ether mining is back, but of course we can't do that yet, and I'll be explaining a little bit more about this a little bit later. And then, let me think, there is... Actually, no, I was going to say there's one more thing I want to explain, but that's actually not true. Well, no, that is true. Before we head up there, another version difference that I guess I could wait to note. Actually, I will wait to note it because it's not really relevant right now. Let's just continue on forward. I don't know why I'm stalling.
Many bird people here.
Are there really only high-end tier living here?
Oh there, strangers.
Oh, hello.
I see. You've had a rough time of it. However, I suggest you steer clear of Alchemoth. Even if you do somehow get there in one piece, don't expect the transporters to be running.
Oh? Why's that?
The thing that shot at you was no defense platform. It was a monster we've taken to calling the Fog King.
The Fog King?
Yeah. Suddenly showed up in Alchemoth a few months back.
From what I gather, you're from the Imperial Guard. Are the swords you carry just for show?
Taking a sword to it is folly. It laughs at our attacks. It's like hacking at smoke. Blows pass clean through it.
Must be Ghost. Ghost not shoot beams, dum-dum.
So that's why you call it the Fog King?
We fought in defense of our home. We were ready to die, and many of us did. But in the end, it won us nothing at all. The Fog King's attacks tore into us hard. Eventually, we gathered the High Entia and anyone else we found, and gave up the capital, so that we might live.
How awful.
My grieving heart belongs there. Our heartland, our capital. Yet I cannot even mourn it.
Maxis,
Huh? Yes?
please, you have to tell us how to get inside.
Shulk, be serious.
Boy, are you hard of hearing?
I heard you.
Then you should know better.
No matter the situation, we have to go. If I fix the junks, we can all leave this place. Then, once we're in Colony 9, we can make plans to retake Alchemoth.
No point.
Why not?
Shulk, do you think we took all that lying down?
Huh?
We're not stupid, you know. We did all we could. It's true. I want to go home. But that's a dream that won't come to pass, and it already cost too many lives.
Maxis.
I understand where you're coming from. Still, I have to be blunt with you. Let it go.
Now what?
Judging from the speech, I can't see us convincing him.
So this means we're stuck here?
Quite a predicament, Empress Melia.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
I humbly beg your pardon. Gelgar, at your Majesty's service. Formerly of the Personal Protection Division of the Alchemoth Guard Regiment.
Is that so? Then the pardon is mine to beg, Sir Gelgar. And please, dispense with the Majesty.
Perish the thought, your Majesty. The recent war has rid us of the wicked purebloods. A new age dawns, and we half-breeds are chosen for its caretakers. With you, Lady Melia, as our shining paragon, I cannot but address you as Majesty.
I have no patience for wheedling. Especially from knaves who spit on their ancestors.
I would never dream of doing such. I merely spoke plain truth, no more.
As you wish. But the Majesty address is burdensome to me.
If you absolutely insist. Until you deign to acquiesce, Lady Melia will have to suffice.
So kind, Sir Gelgar.
Make no mention of it, Lady Melia.
Sir Gelgar, we really need to get to Alchemoth, no matter what.
Ah yes, I have heard your exchange with Maxis. Hindering the Empress's triumph. A narrow-minded fool if ever there was one. To begin the authentication process, one must raise their hand to the transporter. The device is configured in such a way that only some of the High Entia in this land and the Imperial family may pass. Hence, Lady Melia should not have the slightest issue activating it.
A similar mechanism to the tombs, then.
That's our ticket into Alchemoth.
Yes.
Tasty news! Friend Gelgar is good friend! Kind thanks, Birdmister.
Not at all. I am but a humble servant in Lady Melia's employ. If it not displease my ladyship too grossly, may I offer you my companionship on your journey? I have a modicum of skill with the blade. Please rest assured.
I appreciate the offer, but must refuse. We do not lack for strength.
Indeed. A great shame. Should the need arise, I shall remain ready to serve.
Certainly. By the way, Sir Galgar, this outpost appears to consist of naught but soldiers. Where might all the other refugees reside?
They dwell beyond the Grandel ramparts, which lie below this point.
They live at a remove from you, then?
Yes, because of the Machina who live there.
What do you mean?
Might you have forgotten? When the war broke out, it was the Machina's treachery that lit the fuse. Were it not for them, we needn't have lost our brethren and our home.
You couldn't stand the Machina and thus moved away?
Precisely.
But the war is concluded, Sir Gelgar.
Some simply cannot let go so easily.
Melia, shall we go see for ourselves?
Ah, yes. Very well. Sir Gelgar, we will take our leave of you now.
Do please take care of yourselves. You'll find passage to the capital through the Cragmore Caverns.
Sir Gelgar, thanks for this.
See you friend later. Please to be extra careful of self.
The same to you all.